One of the great things about books and stories is they can bring families together to learn something new, to talk about a new topic that maybe you haven't talked about before. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite books for families to read together and talk about or do together. So the first one I grabbed is Wilford Gordon MacDonald Partridge. And that is the name of this little boy over there. He has 4 names, in fact. And he befriends this woman in the nursing home that lives across the street from his house because she also has 4 names. And he's confused one day when he hears his parents talking about her as saying things like she's lost her memory and lost her memories. Well, he's confused by that. He wonders, how can you lose your memories? I can just help you find them if they're lost. So he goes around to all the different people that live there, and he asks them what a memory is. And he collects an entire box of memories and gives them to his friend at the end. So it's a great book talking about growing older and how that looks through the eyes of a child. I have these 2. These are fun to do together. These are classic stories, Little Red Riding Hood and Goldilocks. And when you read the story, which I'll show you the inside here, you read the story, you can use the cover here to make masks so you can act them out together. Tale of Two Beasts. This book is told twice throughout this story. Once from the point of view of the little girl and once from the point of the view of the little beast, the squirrel looking animal there. So they kind of, you can talk about points of view and how you can see things from different points of view depending on who you are. Animally is a fantastic book to read aloud together that has all sorts of wonderful adverbs in it. It says things like, I love you busily like a bee, and I love you boldly like a ram. So all sorts of animals. We've got these 2, Grandma's Favorite and Grandpa's Favorite. These explore relationships between Grandma and Grandpa, or Grandma and grandchild, or Grandpa and grandchild, all over the world, and in a nice, sweet rhyming text that's very fun to read aloud together. Ava's Spectacular Spectacles. Ava needs to get glasses. She's not so sure she wants them. And her teacher explains in a marvelous way why she needs glasses using fairy tales as her guide for telling Ava about how spectacular having spectacles can be. Can I Join Your Club is a great story about belonging and finding a place to belong and including others. So a nice read aloud there. My Mommy is a Hero and My Daddy is a Hero. These books are a great way to talk about the armed forces that various moms and dads serve in. Muddle and Match. These are fantastic, fun tongue twisters. As you muddle and match the story, you create various tongue twisters that are great fun to say together as a family. We have all sorts of flat books. These are great to sit down and explore together. This one happens to be questions and answers about nature. We have lots of questions and answer books that you could check into. Big Book of Big Things. This one happens to be body. We also have machines and trucks and tractors and all of that. What's really fun about these is they have big pages because you can't explore big things without big pages. It's tricky to show you here, but this page flipped open to the muscles and the bones there. So Big Book of Big Things. We have lots of other easier flat books. This one's exploring the alphabet together. This one's a great chapter book to read. It's written in verse style, so you can actually read it together quite easily. And it's about a little boy who's being bullied on the bus and what his sister, who was also riding the bus, tries to do to help him and what his parents try to do to help him. And it tells the point of view of the bully and the child and the sister and the parents all quite well. So it's a great one to explore together and talk about bullies. This one's a search and find for very easy beginners. We also have harder search to find books, so check those out. You Choose and Just Imagine. These are great talk about it books. Sit down and have a discussion with each other, choosing different things throughout the story and talking about why you would choose something there. Another picture book called Boy. Boy cannot speak or hear, so he lives in silence. and he couldn't see the fight or couldn't hear the fighting around him, but he could see it. And he wanted to figure out why there was fighting around him and how he could help. So it's a great story to explore together and talk about how people are different. And then I wanted to show you this one. This is the My First Reading Library. It's a set of 50 paperback books, and it is a beginning reader set that you actually read with your beginning reader. It's shared reading. You read part of the page and they read part of the page as they're learning to read. So those are some of the books that can bring your family together, and they can explore together and learn new things.